Hello everyone, I am Crawlers, and today I'm going to make a short After Effects tutorial which was requested by someone who saw my outro on the forum. Now this is a real simple, very simple outro that I threw together in After Effects in a few minutes, but since not everyone is as awesomely advanced at After Effects as me, I will show you how I made this real quick, and I will also throw in the project file for you to download. Now this will require no aftermarket plugins, so let's get started right away. Now I've already imported a couple of files that I'm going to use. This is a very simple, just a brick wall photo and a countdown movie for me to use as a sound of a film roll. So first things first, let's make a new composition. Call it let's see, outro, and this is going to be our main composition. Let's make it, let's say 12 seconds, because that's what I had the other one at. Obviously you can make it anything you want. Let's make it HD 29.9 frames a second. So I think that looks good. Press OK. Okay, now I'm going to drag in this brick wall texture, and now I'm going to add to it. I'm going to add two effects to it. I'm going to add, let's see if I can find the effects. I'm going to add brightness and contrast, and I'm also going to add curves. Let's see, there it is. Okay, now set brightness, let's see, set brightness to 6 and contrast to -19. At least that's what I had it before. You can you know, you can choose something different if you don't like it. Maybe do something else. I'm going to scale it down a little bit maybe. Okay, now as far as curves go, I'm going to just give it a little more contrast, maybe darker. Let's see, maybe increase the green just a little bit, maybe increase the blue just a tiny bit, or maybe not. You know, this you choose how you want it to look. So when you got it to look about right, you press the little lock button right here to lock the background down so you don't move it anymore. Alrighty, now we are going for this sort of grimy graffiti text, and the videos we want to feel sort of projected onto the brick wall, you know, like an outdoor movie theater or something. So let's take the text tool, and right in the middle right here, write my other videos. Now I'm going to use a free font. I'm going to put it somewhere in the middle here. I'm going to use a free font I got off thefont.com called Graffont. I think it was Graffont. No, it's Graffonti 3D Drop, this font right here. And to place it, to center the text somewhat better, I'm going to turn on my title save, so I can see what I'm doing a bit right here. Say I'm going to put the text somewhere over here. Then I'm going to have my projected videos on either side right here. Alright, now set the text size to 101, and the text height to, let's see, 130. Let's see, 130. Of course, the text width I want to be at 100, and the text height to 130. That sounds about right. And move it if it doesn't seem right to you. About center right there. Alright, now I want to change the color to something a bit more yellowish, something that looks kind of sprayed on. Now I'm going to change the transfer mode, and if you don't see the transfer mode button over here, you're going to just click this toggle switches modes and now you're going to see the transfer mode right here. Turn the transfer mode of this layer to screen, and now I'm going to add a couple of I'm going to add a displacement map effect to this layer. Let's see, where's this? Wait, right there. And I'm also going to add a fast blur. Let's see, fast blur to it. There it is. Alright, now in displacement map, I'm going to use the brick wall as my layer, and I'm going to set it around, let's see, 2 pixels. Use red as, yes, use red as displacement, and let's see, set my blurriness to about 10, 11 maybe, so it sort of looks like it's been sprayed on. Alrighty, now take this this layer and duplicate it. Press Ctrl D on your keyboard, and set its color to something a bit more reddish. Let's see, you may want to find something different than me, but I don't know, maybe this looks okay. Okay, now duplicate this layer again, and change the color to a real inky dark blue, sort of like this. And now change the transfer mode of this color to classic color burn. Let's see. And now you want to make the letter height, let's see, just a little bit smaller so that it stands out above the other ones, something like this. And now set the fast blur to 2, so you can kind of make out all the letters that are on top. And I'm also going to right now, this is my topmost text, and I'm going to take the ones below it, and I'm going to parent them to this top text, so that when I move this top text, you can see that all the letters, all the other ones below it, move with it, so that if you want to, if you ever want to move it, you will have no problem moving just this one instead of all three. Now, some people may also want to place a subscribe annotation link over here or somewhere else on their outro, so I'm going to write subscribe over here in the same style that I did with this text. But instead of creating all new text, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select all the 3 layers that I just typed up, and I'm going to duplicate them. Press Ctrl D, and I'm going to move all of them to the top right here. I'm going to lock these down so that I don't move them anymore. And now I'm going to double click on this one and just write subscribe. Now I'm going to double click on this one, and again I'm going to write subscribe. Double click on the third one, and again I'm going to write subscribe. Okay, now as the layers I already parented to this top layer, I can just move the subscribe word, and I think I'm going to rotate it too, so I'm going to rotate it a bit like this maybe, and maybe even scale it down. So, and as you can see, since all the other layers are parented to it, they scale down with it. So let's say I'm going to no, that's too much rotation. I'm going to put it up like that maybe. I'm going to turn off the title action save, so you can see that, you see the subscribe stays right here, and now you can place an annotation over the subscribe word so you can link it to your channel. So right now I'm going to get started on the video placeholders that are going to stay right here to show off your videos that that you want to link the outro to. Alrighty, now we are going to go ahead and create the two video placeholders over here that are going to project, kind of be projected like your videos are on this wall, that you can link to your actual YouTube videos. And for this I'm going to use my countdown video that I'm going to use before the before each video. Alright, so I'm going to size it down to, scale it down to 55%. I'm going to set the mode to add, and now I'm going to move it. Let's say I'm going to move it, I'm going to turn on title action save. Let's say I'm going to move it somewhere over here, and now I'm going to slide the beginning of it to begin at around 4 seconds, so that it won't be too long before each video taken away from the actual video. Okay, now I'm going to go forward to let's say 2 seconds, and I'm going to split this layer. I'm going to press Ctrl Shift D, and I'm going to split it because I'm going to use the rest of this layer as a projector sound that will sort of roll when I display my video. But I don't need the video of this layer to show through, so I'm going to turn off the eyeball of this video right here, and I'm going to come back to this later and explain how the sound and everything works. Alrighty, now back to the original countdown film roll. I'm going to add a couple of effects to it. Again, I'm going to add the brightness and contrast. Let's see, I'm just going to drop this over here. And I'm also going to add displacement map. Let's see if I can just find it over here. And just drop it onto this movie counter again. Now, as far as the displacement, I'm going to use the red around 5 pixels, and I'm going to use the brick wall as a displacement map. Alright, now as far as the brightness, I'm going to set the brightness to -67 and the contrast to, let's see, 50, so that when the actual film rolls, it kind of looks transparent-ish, and the edges, they look kind of torn because of the displacement and because of the natural flashes of the film countdown. Okay, now I'm going to duplicate this film countdown layer, and I'm going to put the second one, actually no, I'm going to move it with the arrow keys to be more precise. I'm going to move it right over here somewhere, where my second video placeholder is going to be. Alright, now as for the sound, we're going to come back to the sound right here. I'm going to open up the audio waveform to see where the sound is. I'm going to also look at the sound of the film roll, and you can see that the sound when the film roll goes, then you know, it goes click 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 click, and I want the film roll to continue clicking up to the end of this outro, which is 12 seconds. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this sound again, this sound layer, and because it doesn't end exactly right here, it ends a little earlier than that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move it about where the other one ends, and again I'm going to duplicate it and open up the waveform. Let's see, there it is. And again I'm going to look at where the previous sound ends, and I'm going to move it to that place so that I can see where to begin this sound. And if I don't want the outro to be too long, if I want it to end at around right here, then I can move the end caret to about right there, and I can even go to composition and trim comp to work area, so that when I trim out the rest of the comp, so it actually ends at around 11.5 seconds. Alright, now I'm going to minimize this, and we are going to go and play with the actual video placeholders. Alright, now that we've made the countdown film row things, I'm going to make the actual video placeholders that will contain the two videos that you want to show up in your outro, that you want to link the YouTube to. Alright, for that I'm going to make a pre-comp so that this project, this outro, will be very, very modular, very procedural, in that you will be able to drag with one click, just replace this video, and it will automatically be resized and placed over here, and you won't have to change anything else in the original. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a new comp. I'm going to call it placeholder 1, and I'm going to make it around 30 seconds, because I know it's much longer than the actual comp, but when it's 30 seconds it'll be easier to pick out the time and the place where you want the video to actually run. So call it placeholder 1, plus OK, and there it is. Alright, now go back to your outro, take this placeholder 1 and drag it into your brick wall. Now, right now it doesn't show anything because there is nothing on it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to move it to begin at right where the countdown film row ends. And right now I'm going to set the transfer mode to screen, and I'm going to size it down, scale it down to 27%. And I'm also going to place it, move it, let's see, I'm going to move it to right where, alright, for moving purposes I'm going to move it forward a little bit. I'm going to place it right about on top of where the countdown pre-roll is. So let's say right here. I'm going to place it back. And right now I'm going to go and add some effects to it. As you probably have already guessed, I'm going to add displacement map. Drag that right on there. I'm going to add fast blur. Let's see, fast blur. Drag that on, and I'm also going to add roughen edges. Let's see, drag that right on there. Now I'm going to set displacement map to 2. Red, I'm going to set it to brick wall as a source. I'm going to set the blurriness to 2. I'm going to set, let's see, edge type to roughen. Yes, border 8. Evolution complex. I'm going to set complexity to 10. And then I'm going to duplicate it in the project panel. I'm going to drag it in again, set this one to screen, set the scale to 27, and right now I'm going to move it to stay right on top of the second film row, second countdown. And again, I'm going to move it down the timeline, so it begins right where the countdown ends. So now what you have is the two comps right here that you will be able to open up, and when you open them up and put anything inside them, they will that video will automatically be resized and shown right here as a row of film on your outro, and you won't have to change anything in the original. It will automatically happen, and you know, that kind of makes life easier. Also, another thing, when you drag in new videos and put them in the placeholder comps, now these placeholders will have this sound icon, and you will want to turn the sound off, because you already have the click 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 of the film going, so you don't want another sound on the timeline. That will just make things, you know, confusing. Okay, now that we've made the placeholders for the videos, time to make the titles that are going to sit below the videos. Alright, so make a new comp, make it 650 by 175, let's see, 175, because you want the titles to be quite small. And this is where the modular titles come in, because you are going to this title is going to be replaceable, so you're going to have to write it once only, and it's going to be replaced in 3 places automatically. Alright, I forgot to name it something. Let's see, composition settings. I'm going to name it title 1, so that we know it's the first title. Alright, now I'm going to go back to the outro. Actually, first I'm going to show you that there's something in it. I'm going to take the text tool, and I'm going to write something in it. Let's see. This is I'm going to write I'm going to write title 1, and now I'm going to, alright, this is obviously too big, so I'm going to take the size and put it at 64 pixels. Let's see, 128 height, and I'm going to also want to choose 88 between the layers, between the rows of text, because once you go and change the text, you want 2 rows of text, and you know, you don't want it to show up strange looking. So let's see, well, this kind of works. So let's go to the original now, drag title 1 in here, and let's put it below the first video somewhere over here, and you know, it's going to stay right there. Now I can see that the placeholders for the videos are a little low, so I'm going to take the placeholders, and I'm going to also take the countdown videos, and I'm going to move everything up a few pixels, alright, like that. And now I'm going to lock them back down again. And right now I can also move my videos up just a little bit, but you know, again, that's completely up to you. So right now I'm going to set my title to, I'm going to set it to classic color burn, and right now I'm going to add again, I'm going to add displacement map. I'm going to add, you've probably guessed it already, I'm going to add fast blur to it. Let's see, drag that in, and I'm also going to add a fill to it, because I'm going to have 3 layers of this title, and I want them to be different colors. Alright, so I'm going to set the displacement to 2 pixels, and I'm going to set it to, let's see, brick wall, red is good. Alright, now I'm going to set let's see, I'm going to set the fast blur to 2, and I'm going to set the fill to a dark real dark blue. In fact, you can choose this color if you want, you know, maybe something like that, or something blue like this. Now, since we want 3 layers of this title, sort of the same grungy graffiti as these letterings, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this title, I'm going to duplicate it, press Ctrl D, I'm going to slide it under the first title, and I'm going to set the blend mode to, let's see, screen, and I'm going to change this fill color to something kind of red. Well, maybe you want to choose a different red. And also I'm going to scale it. I'm going to unlock this proportional scale chain link, and I'm going to scale it at 101, 105, because what I want is I want it to sort of peek out of the previous of the upper layer, so it sort of, you know, shows through. Okay, now I want to take it and duplicate it again. I'm going to put it under the previous one. Now I'm going to set its opacity to, let's see, around 50 something, maybe 55, and I'm going to change the fill color to a yellowish, something like this maybe. Oh, and one thing I forgot is I want to set the blurriness of both of the bottom layers to 11, so they sort of look all painted up. Okay, now I'm going to go back to the project panel. I'm going to duplicate this title 1 and get title 2, so that now we have a second title that we can use. I'm going to type something else in here so that you can tell the difference, that it's a different title. Now I'm going to import it again into my timeline, and this time I'm going to place it over here, and right now I'm going to do the exact same thing that I did to these ones. So the same transfer mode, classic color burn, and the same everything. Alrighty, now that everything is done, you can easily modify the titles by opening either the title 1 or the title 2 placeholders and typing in something different, like this is my title, and it will automatically be updated in the outro. As you can see, it updated in all 3 titles. Now I'm going to go ahead and lock down all these layers so they don't move, and yeah, I think that's it. As you can see, it's very modular and very simple to use. You can put in any video into any of these placeholder comps and have it show up in the original here, and then you can change any titles in the titles placeholders, and they will also update in the original. So and I forgot to change the opacity of this second title to around 55, so it looks the same. And remember to switch off the audio of the placeholders when you put the new videos in, because you are going to hear the click of the film roll. So I hope this tutorial has been useful for you. Thanks for watching, and please rate, subscribe, and check out my other videos. I have other tutorials and you know, things of that nature. Thanks for watching.